the shameless plug. Hey, welcome Detroit, welcome Detroit, welcome Detroit. Sorry for the absence in shows. To be honest with you guys, Chris is down south with all these storms and everything like that going on, so he hasn't been here for a week and a half. Without he's been waiting whatever since the storm hasn't had power. So I'm filling in today. So it's it's baseball, um, the baseball show, essentially.
Hit the crown.
Ran by your finest Lions fan.
I can tell he ain't used to this shit. He ain't even goddamn that.
Get out here, baby. We gotta support those Tigers, baby. We about that Detroit community, so we all about everybody, everything Detroit sports around here. Exactly. So shout out to Chris. Get him some power back. I know he's working his way through that shit. So shout out to everybody else down there dealing with that bullshit too. Hopefully we get some fucking help down there and get some power lines back up for you guys.
Yes, sir.
Damn. That shit was crazy.
They got another one coming through too.
Facts. They're just talking about that. So shout out to y'all. Prayers to y'all. That is wild shit y'all are going through, and y'all get through it as always, as you always do. But we're here to talk Tigers. So let's talk some Tigers before this game. We wanted to jump in 30 minutes before the game just to get through some talking points here, because I know that this is huge. I mean, playoffs. I mean, all this shit happened right when we got in the playoffs.
Fuck Cleveland teams.
Yeah, exactly. Let's say that. Start out with that. Fuck Cleveland. Fuck the Guardians. We'll start there. Game one was kind of wonky. Obviously, we got fucking smoked. First inning was very, very seamless for the Guardians, I had to say. Yeah, they were on the ball quick. Like, what do we start out with the first inning, Rich? Well,
we gave up 5 runs. It was crazy, really, because they got some runners on and had to they changed it to from a error to a double on McKinstry. It hit the bag and then come at him, and he couldn't get it, and then that was a wrap after that.
That play was very iffy because I still don't think it went over the bag. I thought it was foul like he did.
Yeah, it was a wonky play, man. It was one of those things, John. You couldn't do it if you tried to.
Right, it was one of those ones been so perfect, like it must have clipped just enough of the bag that umpire thought, okay, it's fair.
Bullshit. They was cheating.
Because it was almost instantaneous. Like he let up on it, and then the umpire pointed in play. So I mean,
it was a wonky play.
I mean, overall hit wise, I mean, realistically, the game wasn't huge. I mean, they just really had that big inning off rip, and then they obviously got 2 more runs after that. I mean, but without that first inning,
it's a ball game.
It's a ball game. So with essentially Skubal getting this start today, what do you think we need out of him today, Rich, Bandit, guys? What do you think we need out of him?
I think it's hard to say his biggest game because, I mean, he won the Triple Crown. He's most likely going to be the Cy Young Award winner. So it's hard to say biggest game of the year because he's been pitching his freaking heart out all year. And he had a good outing versus the Astros. But, man, so I would just say keep doing what he's been doing because he's proven even when he's had games where he's given up 10 hits, might have not had his best stuff, he still only gives up like 1 run, 2 runs. I mean, look at his ERA. So even when he doesn't have his best shit, he's still better than most pitchers that have their best shit, if that makes sense.
Rich, I understand what you're saying, but this is the biggest game in his career. Being down 1-0 in a playoff series, you feel me, somewhere. I don't think he never been in his career, if I'm not mistaken. You feel me?
No.
And him being the best player on our team, and we all are counting on him as Detroit Tigers fans. We had to have his best game of his career, man. Especially we in Cleveland again. We trying to make it back home. We win this game, and we can go back to Cleveland the next 2 games, and we end the series. That's how I'm figuring that was going to happen. That's what I'm thinking in the mindset of him and the Tigers.
We need
allegedly.
this game.
So we need this game. We really do need this game. So we need our best.
He's got to go about 7 and 2/3. He's got to go deep this game. For us to have a chance, he has to go deep.
He got to at least go 7 innings.
As much as like our bullpen has been solid, it's been solid for us.
They need a break today.
But they need a break. Scooble has to put this on him and go as deep as he possibly can.
Not only that, John, he has had a couple of days rest. You feel me?
Right.
I know in game 1, it like he might have pulled something, but he did pitch through it and continue going in the game. But we need our best game out of Scooble this
year. He's going to have to go 2 games this series anyway, so we're going to have to play bullpen blitz for the rest of the game. So these games where he pitches, he's got to have good games.
Yeah, he's got to go 7, 8 innings deep. And I mean, if he gives up a run or 2, okay, cool. But I'm okay with keeping him out there as long as his pitch count is manageable and we're not seeing him like 4 innings deep throwing 65 pitches.
Correct. And our bats been like when you giving up 1 or 2 runs. Our bats been bringing in more than 1 or 2 runs. You feel me?
Right.
Except for last game. You feel me? So we got our worry was our batting this whole year, and in the last 36 games, we are proving that our bats are a lot better than what they was. So I think Scooble can bring in, like you said. I don't see him bringing in no runs because that's the man right now. You feel me? Like Mystical right now. He the man right here. So, I mean, let him do what he do, and I just hope our batting can get in so we can get this game done, man.
Right. I agree with Sky, though, because we only have 3 starters on this roster in this round. Scooble, and then in game 1, Olsen went 5 out the pen, and Montero pitched. So, I mean, it's going to be bullpen blitz, so you got to get as much as you can out of them today because the rest of the games are going to be bullpen.
Oh, yeah. You're going to go – you're going to see probably like if we can get out of today, that next game you're going to see 3 or 4, maybe 5 pitchers. I mean,
listen, if we bring this series back to Detroit 1-on-1, you know Detroit, our stadium is going to be rocking, so you already know what's going to happen. You feel me? Like,
yeah, they sold out in an hour.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, Detroit fans, we travel, so we gonna be in Cleveland today.
Oh, I should have just bought those tickets too. Like I literally was on there like right after the game, and they were like, I could have got mid left field seats for like $88 a piece for game 3.
Yeah, they're like $250, right? Like, well, no, not that. That was like $189 after taxes and shit. If you pay, you're gonna pay like $250.
Should have bought them. I knew it. But anyways. So, Scooble, like we said, let me just wrap this part up. Scooble needs to have a good series, period. These games, when he pitches, the bats need to be hot, and he needs to be on his fucking shit. That's just
hey, Scott, one person I don't want to see. One person I don't want to see is that 20-year-old pitcher, man. I really don't want to see him.
I mean, you talk about Jack Jobe, right?
He needs the experience, though, because he's going to be in those situations, especially if we push deeper.
Our bullpen is 10-11 deep, though. You feel me? So I just feel like we should only see him like emergency.
I mean, but it's matchups after that. When you go to the bullpen and you're that late, you're playing matchups: lefties versus righties, righties versus lefties.
Exactly.
So it just depends on what you need right there.
Because they can pitch multiple games based on what's going on. Because it's
you come in and pitch an inning and a half.
Right. It's only 1 or 2 innings. So that's not the worst thing in the world. Yeah, I don't mind that, and it's been successful for us, obviously. And to be honest with you. We split with Cleveland this year. Yep. So I'm not personally too worried about, our bullpen blitz beating Cleveland because obviously there's been situations where we've already done this versus Cleveland. So
we ain't split with Cleveland. We was 8-9. We was 8-9 versus Cleveland this year. We was 8-9 versus Cleveland this year.
No, I know that's what we're split. That's what I'm saying. We're split basically. So what I'm saying is like, at the grand scheme of things, we need to have Scooble actually pitch well. He needs to pitch well in the 2 games that he's going to pitch this series, and then we just worry about honestly. And then the best is got to show up in the other games because it's going to be bullpen blitz, and then hopefully we outscore them.
That's the key too. Is we have to climb on these starters because their bullpen is legit.
Yes, we got to get them go. We got to get them out early. You got to jump on them early, like they did us in game 1. I mean, if we could put 2 or 3 runs up in the first inning, most of the time we're good. We play from ahead and we're fine. But we got to make sure that they're going deep into that bullpen because they have a great bullpen.
I think our bullpen is honestly better, like in the grand scheme of things, because of the diversity that we have and what we can do with our bullpen blitz. Their starting pitching is way better than us, to be honest with you. So because they have pure starters, we're young, we don't have that developed talent yet. Like I said, it to me, it's all gonna come down to essentially having Scooble have the good game. We need him to have a good game. That's the last time I want to say that. So my thing now going forward to today's keys to the game outside of Scooble, what are today's keys to the game to actually get this job done outside of the pitching?
Solid defense.
Well, we like I said, we got to get to Matthew Boyd early and often. Matter of fact, I got a bet on to Malloy to start the game off with a home run. That would be huge because he hits. He's in the lineup batting first because he hits lefties really well. You got Andy Ibanez in, who got the hit against the lefty against Hader. They're Houston's closer to win us that game.
Brought them all home.
Right-handed versus left-handed, he's Barry Bonds. Like, he is legit killing lefties. He can't do nothing against righties hardly, but against lefties, dude's a beast. So that's my number one key. You got to keep.
I'm with John, man. It's defense, man. We got to make sure on defense that if they do getting hits, that we only make them getting like 1 basis. You feel me? Not load the bases and put our pitches in tight situations.
Can't have them getting extra stuff. No. Yeah. Keep singles to singles, doubles to doubles. You know, Scooble's going to give up a couple hits, but we're going to go deep. Like, we'll get it. If we get deep out of him, our offense is good enough to put up runs. And defense should be well off enough to not make mental errors. Like,
I know that defense, like during the Astros game 2, we gave up a couple plays where we could have had double plays or just shut them out at first. Like, we can't have that in this series. You feel me? We got to make sure we tone down the mental mistakes. You feel me? Like,
yep.
So that's what I think. Like, you're right, John. It is defense and pitching.
And we got to hit with runners in scoring position too, because we had traffic on Monday. We just couldn't get them in.
We leave too many on. Our batting average with runners in scoring position is probably well under 200, probably like 160 something.
You know, a crazy fact everyone talks about, and I'm not going to disagree, about how bad Javi Baez was. But one thing he was good at, he hit with runners in scoring position.
That is very true. But it's sad to say that we have been so great without him.
Oh, I'm not going to disagree, but he hit like over 400 with runners in scoring position.
Right. Like he came in clutch when you needed runs.
But the thing with Javi Baez was he is too inconsistent, though.
Yeah, right. Well, we knew that if game wasn't close, he was batting under 100. You know, probably with about 7 strikeouts, swinging at the worst pitches in the game. These pitchers could throw anything up there, and it wouldn't be nowhere near the strike zone. This man is swinging at it.
That outside slider and curveball to him is literally just death. Anything sinking outside corner,
going away, corner, going away from him
is death.
Another good thing, though, too, about having a right-handed stacked lineup. That means you got Kerry Carpenter off the bench later in the game if you need him. You got Colt Keith. You got Jace Jung. So, I mean, you got some good left-handed bats on the bench if you need them.
Yeah, see, and here's my key to this series here, especially today, right? Especially now we're getting into shit with School Bowl and everything. It's going to be bats like Zach McKinstry. He's honestly not the best player in the world. I don't hate him nor I love the guy, but when I watch his at bats, he has long at bats. He puts tons of pitches on the pitcher. So against better pitchers, especially when it comes to Cleveland, we need to have long at bats like he has. If we can have successful long at bats against every single at bat, I think we have a chance at this series because we're gonna get into their bullpen. Now I know a lot, like you're saying in chat, that they have a better bullpen. Okay, maybe they do statistically wise, but the reason I say our bullpen is better is because we bullpen blitz a lot of fucking games, and they're very reliable as 2-3 inning guys. What other teams do that? Not many. So comparative, statistics, whatever. But
the other teams don't have to, though.
I get that, but what does that mean for our bullpen then?
But it's just we're young, so we don't have those guys.
But that's what I'm saying.
It's nothing that's just our manager don't want to spend the money to bring the guys in that we need. So
I don't understand why you don't want to spend the money.
These young guys are balling.
Exactly. So that's what I mean. I just think that our depth is there in a way that we're just not realizing. So as long as, like I said, back to my point, bats like McKinstry, if we have long at bats, we're gonna get on base. And then, like you guys said, the always key to victory is hitting fucking runners in scoring position. Yes. For the love of God.
Can't be leaving people on second.
The playoffs are not the place to leave people on base. So
not at all.
To piggyback what you said, Sky, to add on with McKinstry, I think he's valuable because he can play second, third, short, left field, right field.
Oh yeah, he's Swiss Army knife.
He is the Brandon in.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's Brandon in.
He is Brandon in.
He was 14 of 14 in stolen bases, and he's stolen bases late in the game. So you got a speed factor. He has come up with clutch hits. Like, he is actually very valuable to this team.
I fuck with Zach McKinstry. Like I said, when you watch it as at bats, it may not be the prettiest at bat ever. He may not get on fucking base, but the dude is at the plate for 5 fucking minutes. And I'm sorry, to me, that means something.
It put more wear and tear on their body.
Playoffs, especially in the playoffs.
Yeah, if you can make a pitcher throw 20 plus pitches in an inning, you're doing your job because that stresses them bad.
Yep, and then and that means you're taking your time. You're getting good swings in. You know what I'm saying? You're fouling the ball off. All that comes in there. So if our team can focus on that, I'd fucking love it, especially right now.
If you fly out, ground out, pop out, hell, even if you strike out, but you had a 10 plus pitch at bat. That's good at bat to me.
Yeah, that's a win.
Exactly.
You've seen a lot of pitches.
I agree with you. To me, you're eventually going to put the bat on the ball. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, something's going to pop.
Something will connect.
After throwing that many pitches to you.
Exactly. And especially some of these guys that just like to throw heat at you. So you get in trouble. You get a 10 pitch at bat with a guy that's like Hater.
Yeah.
Just gas a slider, like that's gonna fuck with him. It's gonna fuck with him. So that's my key to victory tonight. Now, last thing I want to talk about before we get out of here, because we got about 10-15 minutes left here. Predictions. Rich,
since you're the baseball expert, we're gonna let you go first.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna say 4-2. Lions. Tigers win today.
So our bye week, Rich, we rested. We ain't playing the week.
What?
It's Sky's fault. I'm blaming him.
Who's the hero today?
Outside of School, I'm gonna say Malloy, man. Something's telling me about him. I'm gonna say Malloy.
My predictions is people. Y'all see me live. People calling my phone, but I'm with you, Rich. I'm for 4-2. I'm gonna go 5-2. 5-2 build some momentum and go back to Detroit. You feel me? and win these next 2 games. I'm getting 5-2, and I think that Schoolball going. If I'm not pronouncing his name right, I apologize. I'm not really good with names or good with faces, but I think he gonna, like John said, he gonna go deep to the 7th, maybe 8th inning, and he gonna have a perfect game, man. No runs allowed. No runs allowed.
So you said, what's the score then?
5-2.
No runs
Tigers.
allowed. Just kidding. Never mind.
All right.
His 2 runs gonna come. The 2 runs gonna come after he leave, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I said
Scoreless
7, 8 innings.
to his day. Okay, I got you.
Thanks.
So when I said 4-2, I was giving a run to him and a run to later in the game.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yep.
I'm getting mine's late. They're gonna try to pull a little late rally, but it's gonna be too short, and we're gonna end up winning.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna say 4-1. I'm gonna say 4-1. We're gonna get about, I'd say 7 2/3 out of Scooble today, and I think Torkelson's gonna be the unsung hero. He's gonna come up big. I feel like
Matt Torrey's husband.
No, that's Jason Foley.
I had to throw that out there.
I had to throw it out there.
So to me, I'm gonna predict us. I'm always gonna predict us to win in a Scooble start. I honestly think that School's gonna have a great game. They might get a run on them. I think they'll get a random homer on them or some shit like that. But I think we'll still win like 5-1 or something. I just think that he's gonna throw a good game regardless, and I think our bats are gonna show up today.
Thank you, Jesus. Please.
In game 1, there wasn't shit going on. I really don't think they're gonna allow that to go 2 games in a row, regardless, because like I said, they split all year with them. So this is an on and off thing. This isn't just sweeps after sweep. You know what I'm saying? So
I did Tiger Bears show up today because I was at my daughter's first birthday party and they had the game on, and I was looking real stupid being the only Detroit fan in the damn thing. You goddamn close.
That first inning was rough.
Yeah, like
The thing about it too, Boyd pitched for us, so we know him. We know his pitches, and we know what he likes to do.
Yep.
No, we do know a lot about Boyd. It's not to me. I just don't think that they're gonna come out and just get shit on 2 games in a row. Like that's just that from what is going on in the hot streak that they were in going up until this point.
And the way they bounce back, there ain't no way they're gonna let that happen.
Yeah, I just don't see it, especially with their Triple Crown.
We are the Cinderella team this fall.
They're gonna rally this fucking game. So
hey, we've been playing playoff baseball basically since July.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. So and we have, and hopefully that flame hasn't burnt out yet, because that would be a game for it to stop now.
Yep. We are so close.
He
I
said,
think we feel hot.
Chris said, "Don't let Foley close today, please." No, I don't see.
I don't think we get that far, Chris.
What about Jack Job, Chris?
I feel like we're gonna leave it in the reliever's hands. It ain't gonna be close enough to get to him.
What about Jackie Job? Your man's.
Chris, we missed you. I'm so uncomfortable on the baseball show.
Shout out, Chris.
Yes, sir.
Shout out Mike Rux.
Day.
Oh, now the last thing I want to talk about here. Did I say that last time? The last thing
you did.
I want to talk about. Predictions of the rest of the ALDS. What are we doing here? If we win this game, going into game 3 and 4 at home. I know we talked about bullpen blitz, but what all goes in that? Who's starting those?
I think Scooble goes on short rest. If we win today, and Scooble doesn't have to go too deep, I feel like you might even see him if it's game 3 is a win or die, like a win or lose type of situation. We're close, like it's 1-1 or 2-1 going into like the 8th or 9th. We might even see Scooble come in to close it out, get a win.
I don't know,
but it's like we're gonna need him for game 4, but you also got to rest him if we can get past this for the CS.
No, I agree. I just my thing about it is I just really don't. I don't know if they're gonna use him that frequent.
We do got 2 more off days.
See, that's what I'm thinking too, Chris. Is today in game 5.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
My
I
thing
don't think.
if it do go to a 5-game series, though, if it do go to a 5-game series, the Padres is gonna push the Dodgers to a 5-game series, and the Yankees ain't gonna have no goddamn easy just walk over the Mets. So I feel like both series gonna go to 5-game series. So both teams will have the same amount of rest and everything. That's what I figure. So if it do go to a 5-game series, it won't be as bad. You feel me? But I still feel like Detroit gonna pull this off in the next 3 games.
Yankees play Kansas City.
I know. I just said. Who played the Mets?
Yankees and Mets. Mets are playing the Phillies.
My bad. My bad.
Yeah, you went both sides. You were like NL and AL. I was like, I got confused.
Hey! I'm glad my fellow Ohio State fan got my back. Correct that. You got me though. You got me. You know what I was saying.
Yeah, no, hey, if Kansas City can stress the Yankees and we can get past Cleveland, we will be all right. I don't see the Yankees losing to Kansas City. I just don't. Too much money, and that roster is way too deep for them to lose to them. But if they can stress them out and push them,
John, you see what money can get you? Money can get you a national championship. You feel me?
Hey, hold on. Hey, Steinbrenner's been trying to get a World Series since when was his last one? Like 2009?
It's been a while.
Like, hey, he's been throwing money out there, and it still hasn't got him anything yet.
Michigan was too.
I caught it.
Oh no. So, oh no, more Cleveland bullshit is all I call that, Mike. More Ohio bullshit for
Columbus ain't Cleveland, motherfucker.
Right.
Ward ain't Cleveland. You feel me? I don't.
Oh man.
I rock with the O. Don't mean I rock with the C. You feel me?
3-0. 3-0.
So my thing about this this series is I really at the end of the day it's gonna come down to good pitching, our rotation, and like I said, long at bats.
Yes.
Long at bats. We gotta have long at bats. If we don't have long at bats, this isn't gonna work. So
gotta have long innings too.
yes, Cleveland. The Guardians are a very good team. They're here for a reason, and we're also split for a reason. So let's continue that for sure. All right, everybody. Game's about to start. Got about 10 minutes till the game starts. I appreciate everybody stopping in, all that shit. Have a great day, and we'll see you soon. Chris, we miss you. Miss you, love you.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Tigers.